Hello, this is Henry Halliday, and I want to welcome you to the continued series of technology podcasts. This is number 11, and I'm glad you could join me today. First, let's take a quick review across technologies. Financial. Crypto took a big hit when one owner was indicted for swindling investors out of millions of dollars while he bought personal properties with crypto profits. He was arrested and charged with criminal activity. Manufacturing. With COVID shutdowns are a thing of the past, manufacturers are still dealing with part and worker shortages, particularly high-tech chips used in virtually all of today's electronics. In addition, workers who left or let go because of COVID have not returned and maybe never will. Business. It appears that a possible recession has been minimized by the Fed raising interest rates and many people returning to work. However, key skills are still in short supply as many employees have sought alternatives such as entrepreneurial opportunities as their own future. Transportation. Many bus, train, and airline workers have not returned or have retired with no replacements with valid training or skills are still missing. Medical. The strained field is still overstressed with flu, remaining severe COVID cases, respiratory virus, lack of beds, inadequate facilities and staff. Security. Inadequate network security is continuing cyber attacks and ransoming, requiring individual attention to spamware and questionable attachments to unfamiliar email. Communication. Improved communication speed for fiber and wireless 5G communications in the range of gigabytes per second through advanced protocols have been implemented. Aerospace. Finally, the Boeing Advanced Spacecraft, ALS, launched, traveled to the moon, and returned with an unmanned capsule to Earth. The next manned launch is planned in about 2 years. Computing. Massive computer farms for implementing cryptocurrency facilities are still being evaluated for security, control, and stability, but would be dwarfed by the U.S. plans to implement a U.S. government cryptocurrency. No results of the president's assessment demand have been revealed. Robotics. This field of cobots is still growing radically as more efficient workforce using integrated robotics is sought while returning workers is lagging. Now let's take a look at more specific items of some of the technologies. Financial. Cryptocurrency is under fire for lacking controls or disclosure that one currency faces bankruptcy due to the owner using funds for his own gains, destroying the crypto fund and leading to other crypto concerns due to the lack of control structure or federal oversight. Now there's an action to create some form of control by the government, but no specifics have been announced, but swift action may be expected, or at least as swift as any other government action can be expected. Manufacturing business technology integration. The current lack of qualified employees still exists, and the expanding use of flexible and mobile robotics with increased AI, artificial intelligence, is being used not just for repetitive and hazardous applications is increasing. A robot ability to adapt to work with minimal human interaction is the key. We are beginning to see some services and dispensing applications more on this topic as continuing advancements occur. Programming attention is now focusing on robot to human interaction as more robots and humans work together in proximity. Recent developments of 5 megapixel sensors will help improve to detect defects and out of tolerance issues in manufacturing and thus improve product quality. Transportation. Continuing advancements made in the battery-powered aircraft, primarily in small, limited-capacity aircraft, that is less than 20 or 30 passengers, and less than 100-mile range, as in air taxis. For larger aircraft, the push is for hybrid fuel using SAF or fossil-derived aviation fuel to reduce carbon emissions by initially combining jet fuel with alcohol while new biocompatible fuels are developed. Obviously, efficiency and thus operating costs are driving issues. In addition, battery technology is important as power versus capacity and weight are significant factors. Airbus states that all their aircraft are certified to operate with a blend of 50% SAF biofuels and kerosene as a goal for all SAF aircraft by 2030. Robotics. An important step in robot utilization involves robot programming to include AI, artificial intelligence, to decrease initial fixed task programming with more adaptive robots to learn on the job and interact with humans. This would eventually include verbal and visual interactions. The initial introduction of robots for personal use has been limited by cost and general utility. One company is trying to change this by introducing a personal robot carrier that follows its owner using cameras and depth-sensing radar. It is light enough to be carried upstairs and travels wherever a wheelchair can be used, in addition for use outdoors. Costs are targeted under $2,000, with speeds up to 6 miles per hour, and to operate 20 miles per charge and carry a 12-pack with room for spare 1,000 cubic inches. This development follows automobile self-driving using radar and cameras together with artificial intelligence software. This seems to be one of the first attempts to introduce a personal robotics as a cost-effective personal servant application. I did want to make a note. The sci-fi films of Star Wars had R2-D2 as a personal robot on wheels. Moving on, medical. With COVID returning, flu on the rise, and decrease in hospital care availability, recommended use of masks, particularly in crowded environments, is continuing. With China's questionable treatment of COVID, and now with flu on the rise, shortages are still anticipated. Many medical analysts and diagnostic use is expanding the use of software to employ artificial intelligence to improve medical diagnostic services. Security. To increase security for purchases, banking, and other transactions on the web, sites have been issuing special one-time security codes in text messages to user-registered cell phones to authorize site access. This improves security beyond passwords or other static credentials that could be compromised, or computer signatures that change with updates. How this works through conventional phones is unclear, although using current text-to-speech technology and voice recognition, it could work just the same as current users talk to their virtual agents. Home automation. The general interest in automation is increasing again as more people are using devices like Amazon's Alexa, personal video cameras like baby monitors, and security and home protection of fire, carbon monoxide, smoke, and intruders. The expanded range and capacity of Wi-Fi has helped this expansion together with expanded Bluetooth use. In addition, more versatile sensors, including sound and motion via video, help vendors catch user attention through the internet. Nuclear technology. I've not addressed this topic before, even though quantum computing deserves a whole separate topic that may not interest everyone. However, another topic has recently surfaced: nuclear fusion. This is the same process occurring within the sun and stars, where atoms are fused under high pressure and temperature. In this process, more heat and light are created than are input. Until recently, to create this process on Earth, there was only a theoretical process without any sufficient power to demonstrate this capability. It takes megawatts of power to sustain a reaction, with about twice as much energy produced than is needed to start a reaction. High-power lasers were used to demonstrate this power in a limited way. Of course, the method and facility to produce controlled fusion to create sufficient practical output still needs to be answered. Keeping the power of the sun in an enclosure on Earth. Imagine the power of the sun in a bottle. Well, not quite, but it strikes a valid image. This process, unlike fission, produces no radioactive waste, which is a certain advantage to controlling Earth's pollution. Although the process now has been demonstrated, it will still take many years to commercialize, but it's encouraging as a means of producing energy needed on our Earth with no fossil fuel or contaminating radioactive waste. Well, this will have to do it for this 11th podcast, but I hope to see you all again on the next update. Thanks for joining. Bye now.